It was great having David as our first sort of guest, and now he's joining us.
Delighted to be here still.
As the co-host.
Co-host.
He's put on his co-host hat and left the mortgages alone.
Good.
Our second segment is going to be with David Collier from a company called Prep and Sell. And I met David, it must be within the last few years. We were sort of meeting up at the various trade shows. And his type of service I thought was a very unique service. I think my own personal opinion was I felt it was a service long needed. In fact, I have used this service myself, tremendously satisfied with it. And so I thought it would be really worthwhile to have David appear as also another guest on our first show. Good morning.
Good morning, Gary.
How are you, David?
Terrific.
Oh, it's great having you. You sure this isn't too early?
No.
Okay. No. Actually, David and I, when we finish the show, are going to be running down and prepping for a trade show, which is taking place over the next few days. But until then, we have you. Okay. So tell us about David and your business.
Well, what we did, we've always been in the cleaning business, and we decided to extend our business to actually go after the real estate market and offer a more professional all-in-one program, which we do everything from cleaning to carpet cleaning to handyman services to painting to decluttering, to moving some stuff from in and out of people's homes that they want to do, because the way you live in a home is not the way you sell it. And so, they need to have somebody that can actually go on in and get it done quick, fast, and accurately, and somebody that hits the mark. And that's what we pride ourselves in. We've got a full team behind us with the phones and the CSRs in the office that help coordinate it, and we classify it as our hassle-free system.
Okay. So how many people do you have working with it? Like, I just want to get an idea of how you perform the service. A homeowner would contact you, and they would describe the type of work they need?
A lot of times it's the agents that really will put us in touch with the client, because the client wants to sell the home, and the agent wants to be able to get something going through seamlessly so that it works right, we hit the mark, and it's done professionally. And a lot of times when the husband tries to do it, or the people there, it just doesn't get done quite right. And they've been trying to do it for 3-4 years. Well, it's not going to get happen in the next 2 weeks. Okay, and that's what it takes. So what we do is we have about 7 people in our office that work and coordinate all the trades and everything else. We deal primarily through all contractors that work for us, and like if we need an electrician or we need somebody to do floor sanding or whatever, we have our select few that we know that produce the kind of results that we want to have in our business. And we take a lot of time and pride in trying to find the right people that want to work with us, like in any company.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah.
So really this was a service, so you would appeal to the agent. Agent is perhaps having a potential seller, someone's going to list. The house may be somewhat a little bit worn, maybe needs some paint touch-ups, but needs a variety of things. Fixing here, carpets to be cleaned, and that sort of thing. How do you choose the tradespeople, though, that would actually go in and do the work?
Well, basically what we do is we'll go on sometimes with the agent, or we go alone, meet with the client. And what we do then is we take a look at, we call ourselves home consultants, where we go on in, take a look at what is required, whether it's painting or decluttering, moving out some of the furniture, because we all have too much. And you can't make the place look too small with too much furniture. Less furniture is more space, and let's face it, what we're selling is the house, not the way the people are living. Sometimes people have pets and all those things, and there can be odor problems or people where they smoke in a home, those kind of things. We use ozone units to be able to deodorize. So what we do is we will actually give them a detailed breakdown of what would be the best to get the best bang for their buck, you might say. In other words, if they invest $2,000 or $5,000, they can get a return of $15,000 or $20,000 because the house is going to show better. Because when somebody walks through the door, they need to be able to basically put their best foot forward. So it's got to look better. And so what we do is we're trained to basically know what are the things that the house needs to bring to the market. You know, touch up walls, and sometimes we only just paint one wall or two walls. We'll do the trim. There could be some, a leak that was in a ceiling, leak from a roof, but there's a stain in the ceiling, but it hasn't been done in, 4 years. Well, we'll go on in and look after that. So we can actually go on in and make the place look great and finish off those little things they've been meaning to do for years, but just never got around to.
So you give a real variety of individual service aspects.
Yeah.
Now, would you go in and just give a sort of a general inspection? I'm not talking about a house inspection per se, but inspection as how the house looks, like going in, oh, by the way, you got some shingles that are going up, a bad wall, a hole here, repair needed there. Do you provide that service? You go in and with a form sort of go through it?
We go on in, we'll take a look and get back to them within 24 hours with a detailed quote of exactly what it is with the price. And then, once if they say okay, or sometimes they can do some of the stuff themselves, rearranging, getting ready, organizing the house. Then when we come through with our trades, then everything tends to come together seamlessly. And we do everything from whether it's decluttering, to the painting, to the fix-up. Maybe baseboards need to be done, maybe need to change some doors, put on some doorknobs, those kind of things. And then what we do is we'll come on in with our cleaning staff afterwards, and we turn it over to the agent and the homeowner. Wow. And they're amazed, and usually the house goes for more than asking. That's what we want.
Have you ever been in one of these situations, like this TV show, Hoarders, Buried Alive, where you get in there and it's like people are up to their necks in junk and things like that?
Dave, I walk through it and I say, you can't scare me. I've seen it all before. And sometimes
every time I've ever said that in my line of work, something new comes up. So
I find it interesting. I love it. You walk in and it's always a challenge because everything's different. Everybody has their own little personal things that you've got to try and look after. And of course, one of the things you've got to do is you have to be sensitive to the situation because they have kids or dogs or things along that line. And you have to be able to respect that and try and do it in a professional manner that gets you the professional results you want. And some of the people like us so much in what we do, we've now extended the company. They call it Prep and Stay also. So as they move into their new house, they want us to go back in there, and they just like the way that we work as a contractor.
That's a very good point, the stay aspect. Like, I found myself, I wasn't listing, I had no intention to list, but I found that my furnace wasn't working. There was water in the furnace room floor.
Yes.
And I just didn't have the knowledge of a furnace person. I didn't know anyone. Electrician, I don't have anyone. But I knew you, and I knew that you had access to all these different professional trades. I phoned you up. You sent over someone, a furnace professional, who was superb. Fixed everything, told me everything which was wrong, and also pointed out that unfortunately some of the water that came from the furnace overflowed into another room and got under the wood flooring. And the wood flooring I had not noticed was starting to crunch up, and everything got fixed. But what I liked about your service, I still like it, I shouldn't put it past tense, but is having access to all the different professional trades so that I don't have to start, oh, I don't have a plumber, I don't have this. I just call you and you arrange it for me. And I like that.
That's one of our big benefits, is that we kind of sell it as an all-in-one. We can do it whatever it takes. We try to get it done the best way, from painters to handyman to vanities to kitchens to whatever it takes, and doing it in the right way, that we don't blow the budget, that we keep it economical for people. Because sometimes when they're selling, all they've got in their mind is, well, I don't want to invest a lot of money because I'm selling. But they don't realize that the better it looks, that they're going to get more money. And in the business, we say that somebody should put in 0.5 to 1% of the value of the property in maintenance and upkeep every year.
Every year.
Every year. So let's say, for instance, a house is worth $500,000. Somebody should be putting in $2,500 to $5,000 a year in maintenance and upkeep, like fixing the basement, putting in granite countertops, doing a bathroom, repairing the roof, putting a new roof on, landscaping, all of those things. So when they do want to sell their house, it's at par within the area. It doesn't need a huge bill to fix up. And where we end up with this is, we do a lot of estates where people are going into nursing homes, or the person has passed away or something along that line, and the house needs to be sold, but it's in we may have to take off.
Tired state?
Oh, very tired.
Well, to be polite.
Yeah, and where maybe the carpet, there's 4 different kinds of carpets, and the colors are not modern, and when people want to move into a house, they'd like to be able to move in. They don't want to have to do a renovation. So if somebody has to go on in and do a renovation and fix it up, then all of a sudden, there's a big cost to it. So then that distracts from the price of the property.
Is it worth changing carpets?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Depends on what it is. You may just take 1 or 2 carpets or whatever. Sometimes we take up the carpets and we'll expose the wood floors, because now everybody, they say, show me the wood. I want to see the wood. Okay, so sometimes we'll put in laminate if it's a rental. But if it's a nice house, then sometimes we're doing one right now where in the beaches we're putting one in that's laminate. But in the Kingsway area we're putting in hardwood, because the house is going to be for $800,000. So, and fixing it up and those things. So we're hitting a budget to what they want. But some of the agents say what they like about us is there's 2 main points. They say they like our detailed quotes, and the next one they say is they love the way we interact with their clients. And to me, that's so important.
I've noticed the seniors market has really taken off over the last few years. Have you experienced that as well? More of the business is coming from seniors as Canadians get older. It's like the cycles go: small home, starter home, then larger home, the family, and then as the children start leaving, they start downsizing until eventually it's their last home.
Down.
That's right. Sometimes they just want to downsize to get them out. So they'll just keep 1 spare bedroom. That's it. So yeah, the houses are too big, and they go, "Cripe, we're just rattling around in here." We'd like to get something, because maybe they want to get a condo down in Florida. They want to get something. They want to get another retirement home, that kind of thing, so they can actually go and not have such a huge house and large expenses in that, because there's other people that actually want to come on in to those homes.
So aside from working with agents, the average, I don't know what average is anymore, but the homeowner can have direct contact with you?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We're going after that market more and more, and right now we just work in the Toronto area, but now we're expanding, and we're going from Oshawa to Hamilton up to Barrie. So we're really
to Barrie.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We're going to be all of a sudden right out to London.
Okay.
So we're really expanding, and we're calling it our operating partner program.
And you have a brochure, I see, but I think this may be an older one, because it says just prep and sell, doesn't say prep and sell, stay.
That's right.
Okay. Well, you got to send me some new ones.
I will.
Now, if people want to contact you, do you have a number?
Yeah, they can call us at 416-201-1010. It's a nice, easy number. Or just go on the website, and our email is prepandsell.com.
And your website,
prepandsell.com.
And you have a monthly report now, I get. So people can sign up for that? Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Gary, and Dave, for having us on
And you're
the
going to
show.
run out and you're going to get all ready for this trade show.
You got it, Dave.
And I'll see you there tomorrow.
You got it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, and
Nice to
good
meet
luck
you,
with your
Dave.
show.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to have Garry Shapiro, who's going to talk to us or discuss the paralegal business and the kind of service that he's able to provide to our viewers. In some respects, we'll try and veer it to more of a real estate aspect to it, but he's going to explain overall the type of work he does. Thank you very much, and we'll be back soon.
Thank you.